Way up in the deep Arctic, Longyearbyen operates as a fully functioning community. It has roads, colorful houses, and a surprisingly normal daily routine. But it operates surrounded by an incredibly hostile environment. Surviving alongside massive glaciers and freezing temperatures requires some extreme adaptations. One of those adaptations takes the form of a highly unusual local law. It is strictly illegal to die in this town. Governments cannot actually legislate human mortality. Attempting to outlaw a biological inevitability seems like an impossible mandate. The local government enforces this rule as a direct, inescapable consequence of the ground the town is built on. Just beneath the surface of Longyearbyen lies permafrost. As you can see in this slice of the earth, right under a thin layer of soil, there is a solid block of ice. This animated cross-section illustrates how ground temperatures work here. The top layer thaws and freezes with the seasons, but the deep earth remains locked in a sub-zero stasis. When organic matter drops into that deep, permanent freeze, the bacteria and microbes responsible for decomposition immediately shut down. They simply cannot function at those temperatures. As a result, any human body buried in this ground will not decay. It remains perfectly preserved indefinitely. The local environment effectively turns every grave into a biological time capsule, locking the past in an unyielding deep freeze. The preserved bodies harbor microscopic threats that are kept perfectly intact alongside them. Many lethal viruses and bacteria survive freezing by entering pathogen dormancy, a state of suspended animation where they can remain viable for centuries. Look at this cross-section of the modern thaw cycle. As seasonal temperatures rise, the thaw layer expands deeper into the ice, reawakening those dormant pathogens. Once active, these ancient diseases can catch a ride on groundwater channels and migrate upward toward the surface soil. This brings those newly thawed pathogens right into the pipes, wells, and daily life of Longyearbyen's residents. A single thawing corpse carrying a contagious historical disease has the potential to trigger an untraceable outbreak on this isolated population. To neutralize this risk, the town relies on a drastic logistical solution, removing the source of the danger entirely. If a resident becomes severely ill or nears the end of their life, medical exile is mandatory. They must leave Longyearbyen. This map shows the scale of that exile. Patients are flown completely off the Arctic archipelago, traveling hundreds of miles across the ocean down to the European mainland. Residents must sever ties with their homes, their neighbors, and their community in their final days. That heavy emotional cost guarantees the physical safety of the remaining population. Removing the dying ensures the healthy can stay. Longyearbyen operates at the absolute limit of human habitability. Here, the unyielding rules of extreme nature force humanity to legally forbid death, simply to protect life.